let's burn it up!
Only shooting stars break the mold.
This video and my channel are sponsored by Untapped.gg. If you're looking to enhance your arena gameplay, I recommend checking out Untapped, which you can find in the download link underneath this video. Untapped.gg helps track your stats, your deck list, even the changes you make to decks, and how each of those different versions of your decks performs. So if you're wondering, oh, what am I playing against? What am I struggling against? And what are other people playing? Because they have tons of data which you can draw from. Untapped.gg. Again, that's in the description of the video. Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars! I'm Amy the Amazonian, and today I am playing Rith, Liberated Primeval. This is a dragon stack, because I love dragons, and I honestly just keep building more dragon decks because they keep being good. Rith does not have to be a dragon stack. We have a couple things that are not so dragony in this deck. Rith is all about dealing excess damage in combat with burn spells any way you want to creatures or planeswalkers, and that gives you more dragons. Rith also has a passive ability, which is giving all the dragons Ward 2. So in this deck, we have the typical suite of cool dragon stuff. We've got Ramp, we've got the big tribal dragons that make dragons reflect damage, make them stronger. We've got these, I'm going to call them all-star dragons, like Ancient Copper Dragon and Old Gnawbone, that get you treasure and ramp. We've got some card draw because we are in green off of the Great Hand, and the Suite of Sarkhans. We've got Sarkhan, Fireblood, Wanderer to Shiv, and Dragon Soul. I do not have the... And I have Sarkhan and Masterless too. I do not have any other planeswalkers, though if you did want to throw some in, Vivian, pretty much every Vivian is great in this deck, especially the original Vivian Reed. So this deck is definitely got mostly just, I'm big dragons, we're big flyers, and we win the game through that. But we also have some cards that are just really good with Rith, like Primal Might. It's easy to do excess damage when you're fighting something. I also have this giant burn spell, Banefire, sweet. And I think that just a couple damage-based board wipes like Deafening Clarion, Storm's Wrath, and Burn Down the House also really easily complement Rith. So we're going to take this deck into the queue, and it's dragon time! Lagrella the Magpie, a new Capenna Exile/Blink commander. I think Lagrella's great. I actually had a deck submission, must have been months ago at this point, that I have kept in my collection with the intent of, I'm going to make a Lagrella deck too, and I'm going to use that person's deck as a starting point. Lagrella, when she enters the battlefield, exiles up to one creature per player that's out here. So they can exile one of mine and one of their creatures. They stay exiled until Lagrella leaves the battlefield, and their creatures that were exiled with those abilities end up coming back in with 2+1/+1 counters. Really great way to get extra enter the battlefield triggers off of things like this guy, Prosperous Innkeeper. I can go for ramp, I can go for removal, or I could go for a teeny tiny whittle dragon. There's two other dragons in my hand, which this would be reducing the cost of. I'm gonna go for that. Here's some whelp. It has to survive until my next upkeep to give a buff, but it's such a cute little guy. Just look at him. Fearsome Whelp swings in for 1 damage. Rawr, my little guy. Panharmonicon. Ooh, getting twice the enter the battlefield abilities off Panharmonicon. Well, at least we have some good moves here. I don't have a way to remove this, so there's going to be big exile happening. But I accept this. I'm gonna hold up my lightning bolt here. Get another dragon in hand. That dragon, if the Fearsome Whelp gets to stick around, will get cost reduced. And this is a brand new dragon! This guy's great. Tyrant of Kher Ridges has replaced Red Dragon in pretty much all of my dragon stacks, because it's not just 4 damage to the face, it's 4 damage to any target, and it's a 6 mana 4/5, and it's got this buff ability. It's a fantastic card. Whoa. Bronze Walrus. Bronze Walrus! You gonna scry too? Bronze Walrus is one of the weirdest, like, Commander Legends Baldur's Gate cards, because why is it a walrus? I don't know if this is me not knowing things about D&D. Why is it a walrus? Now I've got that Spit Flame. I'm just going to go ahead and use the Lightning Bolt. Take out some of their ramp. And discount my Whittled Twiggens. Oh, how I love them. Rith time? Rith time. Getting out Rith to give all of my dragons Ward 2. That's going to make Ligrella's ability a little bit harder to use, since they'll have to pay the ward if they want to exile one of my creatures. Elvish Visionary is going to gain them 2 life and draw them 2 cards. And they're blinking it. Oh, alright. Blinking it to do it again. I guess you did just draw a lot of cards. Well, I've discounted my dragons, so that feels pretty good. How about we go with Nadaar? I want to scry and see what's on top of my deck. I like land. And we're going to make use of one of these big fancy abilities. By the way, if I had sequenced this better, I actually could have returned this Spit Flame back to my hand. Because we could have used the Orb of Dragonkind for Nadaar. I didn't, that's fine. What's important is we did excess damage to a creature. Which means we get a dragon. We have a 4/4 dragon. It has Ward 2 from Rith. Ah, they're gonna play the Cloud Blazer. This is like Muldrifter without the Evoke, and a little bit more life gain. Cloud Blazer is very cute, but their hand now has too many cards in it. The dragon army grows. You know what's worth 3 mana? Tyrant of Kher Ridges. Absolutely! We're gonna just go ahead and burn the Cloud Blazer. We'll put that back in hand, sure. And swing in with everyone. I'll make a treasure token. Why not? An adequate number of dragons are on this battlefield. I love that this is a dragon, too. I think I revealed this card. That was so long ago. Dragons, 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 dragons. And I'll play this land. And because we dealt excess damage, we get another dragon. Nice. River's Rebuke? In this economy? I could crack this Orb of Dragonkind to search for another dragon. But I'd rather just put everything back into hand. So they've bounced all of my non-land permanents. Very disappointing. Very sad. Tragic, truly. Thankfully, we have direct damage. And the cost reduction from Fearsome Wealth is perpetual, which means that we can just kind of replay that again. 4 damage to their face. Hit them once with the Fearsome Wealth, they're back down to 4. They have some life gain on the battlefield. We've got dragons. Ooh, Titan of Industry. This thing has reach. And it can also destroy things and gain life and get a shield counter. Dang. So they're gaining 5 life. Then I think they're gaining 5 life again. Getting a shield counter. They're back up to 16. Panharmonicon doubled that into the battlefield in such a beautiful, deadly, nasty way. That's okay, though. I can definitely break through that. But I think it's going to be better for me to just build up my aerial army. So, here's Rith. Hi, Rith. Nadaar. Beautiful. Ah, yes, I shall venture into the dungeon. Just gain and drain here. I'm going to Scorch the Innkeeper. And I'm going to chill. We dealt excess damage, by the way. Burn spells are great. Get a dragon. Are you going to exile my commander? Rith Liberated Primeval. And the dragon token. You do have to pay ward for each of these. Yep, they're paying for both. I'll just keep the deputy jail there. Looks like they didn't pay the 2 for the other dragon. Looks like a big blink's about to happen, though. They get to exile 2 things from each player. Funky. So, Lagrella, what are you going to exile? They know we have removal in hand, by the way. But what they're doing here is they're making like a goodie bag. They're saying, if you kill my Titan of Industry, or if you kill Lagrella, I also get my Titan of Industry back. And as you might imagine, I don't want that. But I do want my Rith. So bring back Rith. Sure. Play the Faceless Agent to get another dragon. Oh, it's a little dragon. Unfortunately, if I attack on the ground, they will get all this stuff back. Now, they're probably going to blink Lagrella anyway, because, you know, Titan of Industry gains them 10 life, gets them all sorts of good stuff. So, well, let's see how this turn goes. Teleportation Circle that's going to give them a blink at the end of their turn for an artifact or creature. I'm just going to guess here. They're going to choose creature. If they wanted to get an extra blink, they could have gone OG first, then Teleportation Circle, and then, because they would have cast a second spell per turn, they could have been like, Lagrella, bonk. Terrible things are about to happen. Well, terrible for me. It's great for them. Oh, Lagrella, Lagrella, who do you choose? They can only pay for a little bit of non-ward. They don't have mana up for the ward. And all of these are currently dragons. Yep, every creature I have out is a dragon. They went a little bit too deep on that turn. Thank you, Rith. Making a little bit of ward is always helpful. Ward has been, like, phasing out hexproof as a term in Magic, which is great. Like, this slightly more conditional thing. 4 damage. I'm gonna hit Lagrella here. Before they even have a chance to exile. Gaining life, making a Rhino, gaining a life, and getting a shield. Nice, the Town-Razer Tyrant. I'm gonna decide, do we just want to attack in with all these little buddies? I don't want to. I'm going to attack in with the Fearsome Whelp, Rith, this little dragon token, and this slightly scarier dragon. My hope is that they'll block the Tyrant here, so I could just pump it up to kill them. But this is fine, too. Let's see. Don't need to spend any money on this. Any mana. It's all resources. Move my commander to the command zone, yes, but don't remove the perpetual effects because having a discounted commander is kind of awesome. We want to use the Scaled Nurturer here. And then I'm going to Spit Flame OG, so I get another dragon. Yay, dragons! Now, unfortunately, I didn't have mana up to put the Spit Flame back into my hand, so I can't keep the dragon token party rolling, but we're still doing quite well. Logrella's still only costs 5 mana because they've just been blinking it. They're going to be drawing a lot of cards. A lot of cards. Too many cards? A few too many cards. They also have this teleportation circle, so end of turn they can blink the Titan of Industry. Thanks, I hate it. Gaining what? Another 10 life? Sure. Why not? I wish Rith triggered on both people's turns. It's only on my end step for the excess damage. Oh no. That's a Yorion. So they will blink and blink again, and with the teleportation circle, they can set up this kind of like delayed trigger thing where they can blink Yorion at the end of turn to blink everything else and then do it again and then blink everything else and then do it again. It's going to get really nasty. And while I'm growing my battlefield, they're just going to be out resourcing me. Especially if they do that. Okay, they're not going for the delayed setup. No, they're just wiping the board. I don't think I'm winning this one. Welcome back, Logrella. You sure did bring your friends, the Titan of Industry, who triggers twice. You got a great hand. And despite all of my flying, my dragons, my mighty abilities, they're back up to 31 life. They're also going to ramp off the Spring Bloom Druid. Once upon a time, they had 4 life. Once upon a time. I could play Rith. That's not going to do much for me. I could play these two. Still not going to do that much for me. We'll target their Sparrow's headquarters. I'll bring this back. And I'll be ready with my Spit Flame. I'm uncomfortable with this. Why are you attacking with everybody? I Ganjo? Well, that's rough. I get the Rhino. But I think this game's over. I think this game is so over that even though we've survived, vanquished the Hoard, we survived the River's Rebuke, there is no way for us to come back from double trigger, draw 4 cards, Titan of Industry, Turbo, Slam Down. So we're gonna concede against this opponent. I'm gonna say good game and then hit them with a little popcorn. You did a great job. Bravo, bravo, Nils. And we're gonna skedaddle. Dwayne lives in a sewer and plays with Izzet cards. Same. We're up against the Royal Scions. This is the, it's not actually the debut cards of Rowan and Will, but it was the standard debut of Rowan and Will. This is their Eldraine card that has usually like a draw 2 theme to it. Royal Scions, +1, draw a card, discard. Second one gives trample, first strike. Works really well with a lot of like big spells, commanders, wizards, things like that. Hi, Curator of Mysteries. Oh, and with discards. Yeah, so like those draw 2 discards. Riel is also another really good pick there. Oh my gosh! And it works with Madness cards! They discarded the Blazing Rootwalla. If you don't love Blazing Rootwalla, you should leave. Because it's a sweet little baby. And I love it so, so much. Alright, I need red mana. So we're gonna just go for red and red again. Play this Dragon Master Outcast. Since we're land ramping, seems like a good time. Royal Scions also starts with a lot of loyalty, so for a deck like mine that's mostly doing combat damage and burn, killing the Royal Scions is more difficult than it has any right to be. Ooh, madness! Do you kill the Ornithopter or the Dragon Master? Smart move. I love how much madness they've already managed to pull off. They draw, they discard. And the Royal Scions is able to ult in like a turn and a half. Thankfully, we have removal! I'm gonna go for the Goldspan Dragon here. Swing right into them. We do also have like the Storm's Wrath, but I'd rather draw cards. Garruk's Uprising. Nice. Good stuff. Goldspan Dragon. Very good card. By the way, if you haven't played Historic Brawl or Historic for a while, Goldspan Dragon has been unnerfed. It is no longer limited by an alchemy rework. They have taken away that rework, so now whenever anybody targets a Goldspan Dragon, it spits out treasure, which is great. Good ability. Very strong. What the heck is this? Skophos Reaver. Oh, more madness. I didn't even know that this was a card. Good to know, I suppose. Good to know. Let's get out Rith. That will give me a little bit of hexproof, well, ward, on my dragon. Draw me a card. Ooh, the Elder Dragon War! Take out the Royal Scions. Make a treasure. And this Elder Dragon War seems perfectly positioned to deal 2 damage to every single creature on the battlefield. So let's do it. Elder Dragon War has read ahead, so I can start on any chapter. Chapter 1. Everything's on fire. And because we dealt excess damage, we get a 4/4, which draws us another card. Thanks, Garruk's Uprising. I love you, Garruk's Uprising. And we win, because dragons, ramp, removal, filtering, more dragons, Old Gnawbone next turn, winning. Victory! Oh, we're playing against a regular on my stream, Bent Time and Space. I'm going to say one of the most prolific Brawl players. I'm going to give them a fair hello. How you doing? Get myself some green mana. They're playing Hamza, which is a +1/+1 counters commander. Also, yeah, you have to play a lot of Brawl for me to recognize you as, oh yeah, that's the guy who plays so much Brawl that they play more Brawl than me. The most Brawl. If you play in the Brawl queue, there's a good chance you will match up against this person at some point in time or space. Ooh, looks like counters are happening already. There's one. There's one. And if this dies, they can put it on this, and whenever anybody gets a counter, this one gets a counter. I'm scared. There's a lot happening here. I could go for Atsushi. I could go for a Spitflame taking out, like, Wildwood Scourge before anything else happens. I think that's probably one of the better ways I can stop Hamza from doing anything this next turn. But I choose Greed. And I'm playing Atsushi instead. Conclave Mentor is going to make it so things get more counters. So many more. They get 1 extra. Would you care to duel? You and I, Quirion Beastcaller, do battle in the Magic the Gathering arena. Oh. Uh-oh. They're proliferating. And I smell fear. Let's make treasure. 3 treasure tokens, please. Am I going to have another chance to kill this? Am I going to be able to deal with 2 massive chonky boys? They'll be able to move the counters and it will actually turn into 5 counters. Yeah, no, we're fine. I just remembered. I have a Wrathful Red Dragon in hand, which means that I can turn their damage on my creatures into damage on their face. If one of them is absolutely humongous and chunky and huge, I can win off that. I'm gonna start with the Goldspan Dragon since we have all these treasures out. Swing in and make 1 more. Just gonna take out the Conclave Mentor. Nadaar retreat. What a treat. You gonna make a kitty? Nope. And some vigilance. But they're not attacking in because they know about that damage reflection. At least I assume that's why they're not attacking in. Let's play Rith. We can bring that back. I don't think it makes that much of a difference here. I guess I might want to spit flame my own dragon at some point. I'm just going to swing in with the Wrathful Red Dragon, because I'm actually planning on blocking with these guys. Hey, Hamza! Gonna give a turbo discount to some creatures. Yeah, Wrathful Red Dragon lets me reflect damage onto non-dragons. It doesn't matter where the damage came from, as long as a dragon was dealt damage. Would you care to attack? Wrathful Red Dragon is just like, yeah, come at me, bro. Reminds me a bit of a Brash Taunter. The indestructible goblin. My dragons are not indestructible. That can cause some problems. This will... Mana. Mana. And same thing as before, just swinging in with the Wrathful Red Dragon. Oh, I may have had lethal if I hit my own creature with a Spit Flame there. 1 second. 5, 10, 14. That would have been fun. Hello, Vorinclex. You're terrifying. And you, unlike these chumps, actually have Trample. It's fine. It really is. Because that's only 8 damage. And they would need 9 to kill me. We take 8. And they take, well, a lot. 30? 30 sounds good. Love it when it works. It's Harbin. We're playing against soldiers in Azorius colors with Harbin, who is the beautiful finisher of +1/+1 and flying when you swing with a massive board. Hello, Harbin. Let's see if we can control the air well enough to, well, stop that from killing us. Denick. Alright, so they already have 2 soldiers out, both of which do life gain stuff. That's cool, I guess. I'm gonna chill here with my Dragon Master Outcast. I might actually want to trade that into the Vanguard, just to kind of keep this board under control. Alright, but they played another creature, so it gets +1/+1 and gains them a life. I could ramp. I could play Nadaar. I could ramp. I'm gonna ramp. I want a flyer. I want a big flyer. Not this one. Shivan Devastator's like, but I could be a 1/1 with Hexproof. You could be. But we can do better. We're gonna take another big hit here. Oof, oof, owie. And now, for my commander, Rith. Now with Hexproof. Okay, now I don't think they're going to be able to attack into that. Just leaving this back because I'm afraid of things with flash. Like that, like that. Okay, they got soldier tokens. We need to build up in the air. We need to build up in the air now. Mentor of the Meek, that's going to give them access to some card draw. If you want to attack in, they'll all get flying. They'll all get flying. Jackmaster Outcast, like, I want to be a part of things too. I know you do, sweetheart. I know you do. So I need more flyers. I need more flyers because them birds. These are birds. Get some guys on the ground too, though. Bird. Bird, bird, bird. Bird, 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 bird. Okay, they're scrying. I feel like they have access to card draw here. So the scry is actually not what I expect at all. I guess they just want lands. They're gaining more life. Yes, we are dragons. We are very big and scary, rawr. Would you sacrifice yourselves to do battle? I think you take 2 damage. They've gained so much life. Let's reduce the cost of dragons. And then cast said dragon. Nice. This one has haste. I want to gain a life. And I'm going to swing in for 7. Bloodline Praetor. Nice. It is a soldier. Whenever a soldier enters the battlefield, it will get a +1/+1 counter. Okay, you're big, you're big, you're big, you're big, you're big, you're big. 2 damage. I think because of the pump ability on this, I might be able to force them to block this turn. Alright, let's go for 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'm trying to do the math with that dragon speaker shaman out. 6 = 8. Gives me 1 on the pump. Sure. Great. If I attack in, you can go in too, buddy. If I attack in here... Oh no, but then I can gain the 2 life. I am threatening lethal damage. Do you block with your Harbin? Excellent. I will pump this up by 1. And we will still have a blocker. Because of Rith. We dealt excess damage there. Which means we get a dragon! Also, because I think the other video where I explained this got cut out. If you are playing Rith or any other creature that cares about dealing excess damage, you can manually assign excess damage for something with trample by clicking on gameplay, auto-assign combat damage, make sure this is unchecked, and then assigning it. Hey, what are you guys doing? Why are you attacking me? Stop that. I was talking about Arena. Good game, though. Good dragons all around. We get another dragon, and then we press my favorite button, the attack all button, which people should use more. You just get to kind of like mash the space bar. So good. That's so good. Do I have any good dragonish emotes? Not really. Most of my emotes are very sassy. An excellent game. of flyers versus sometimes they're flyers. Well, we knew it was going to happen. We're matching up against Rusco, Lockmaker, Terror of My Peaks. Rusco is a card that desperately needs to be reworked in Arena. Rusco does too much. Enters the battlefield, refunds half of its cost by making a midnight clock. Ticks forward those midnight clocks twice as fast as they'd normally go by casting spells, and also draining you through those spells being cast. Rusco is a house and not a fun one. I'm really hoping they rebalance Rusco. He is an alchemy card, so it feels to me like they can and they should, and I really hope they do. At least we have a really fun start here. We've got our Fearsome Whelp already discounting all these dragons in our hand. I've got the Jade Orb of Dragonkind, which gives +1/+1 counters and hexproof. Nice at preventing some stuff. And before this comes out, get out of here, Rusco. It's kind of bad to actually remove Rusco from the battlefield because it means they get more clocks. But at least I've got a Temple of Value. I'm going to name red on this. I don't need to reveal a dragon card. I've got a dragon on the battlefield. And play my commander, Rith. Good news, there was no wash away. Always afraid on 1 blue mana. Rusco returns, makes another clock. Ebabble. Hello, yes, what's on top of my deck? I suppose I'll find out now! Terror to Peaks. Give it hexproof. This is the most important boy. Inferno of the Star Mounts. Just blast their face for 6. And everybody in. Sometimes it's just about dealing damage. You have to be aggressive. Be aggressive. 7 life. Now, they do heal when they cast spells. Come on, Rusco. Let me clean your clock. Let me clean your clock. Blood on the snow! Oh, man. The creatures, they die. Move my commander to the command zone. I guess. Rith returns. Slightly larger. Absolutely chunky. Has hexproof and also ward too. Key to the archive. Gross. Nasty. Ew. Yuck. They have 5 mana. Rith no longer has hexproof. At least they lost life there. Back to the command zone. This can't get hexproof. It's only dragons. But this still gives me 2 threats. Thrakkus, who is hexproof, trample, and doubles damage. And a Dragon Master Outcast, who spits out a 5/5. Rusco returns, makes another clock. You really should only be able to make 1 clock at a time, and then, like, I don't know, maybe put 1 counter on the clock? That seems okay to me. Yes! The dragons! Oh, yes! And while they're tapped out, we have the Carnelian Orb. The Carnelian Orb is huge for me, because it's going to give me haste on future dragons. Now, they can, like, block here, and Thrakkus will die, and they won't die. But at least I'll get some damage through. Please stop replaying this, Rusco. other Rusco. Okay, they're not killing Thrakkus. Instead, they're going down to 1 life. What do you have on key to the archives? We didn't see them discard whatever it is. So it could be anything. It could be a board wipe. Oh, well, I guess it's shuffled into their deck. It could be a counter spell. It could be, Approach of the Second Sun. Rusco! Rusco! What are you doing? Stop gaining life. We have the haste. We have the hexproof. It's counter or perish. If anybody's wondering why I was silent for a minute there, it's because I was typing to good friend and fellow streamer Voxy. Looks like we might get to play a game together. This always makes me happy. You should check out her channel, twitch.tv/Voxy. She's the best. She's the best one. Once again, the midnight clock is firing. They're back up to 4 life. And they have another midnight clock. This one's actually the card midnight clock. You can tell, by the way, if you click on the card, right-click on it, it will show the Eldraine symbol if it's actually the midnight clock. All the other ones will have the A23 symbol because they were created by A23 Rusco. Paradox Engine! Why? Why? Why are you like this, Rusco? Now, I can't blame the people who are playing Rusco. This is not their fault. This is on Wizards of the Coast for making a commander and releasing it with a clearly too powerful ability. So while we're hanging out here, waiting for our opponent to finish their Paradox Engine, I'm going to tell you guys something a little unfortunate. Wizards of the Coast has said that there is no plan, this was a staff member, there's no plan to make bans in Historic Brawl, including that of Paradox Engine. Which, I personally love the theory that that's just because there's one guy at Wizards of the Coast who has a Paradox Engine deck, and it got banned out of Commander, and he can only play it in Historic Brawl, so he just tortures people like us in the queue. Hello, Time Warp. Hello, Time Warp. This is a fine opportunity. While they take an extra turn, an extra turn, an extra turn, an extra turn, an extra turn. Remember how I got them to, like, 1 life? Good times, good times. Mm-hmm. Good times. Are you done yet? Listen, buddy, this is your semi-infinite you just took 2 extra turns combo. I'm not involved here. I'm drinking coffee. I'm taking a sip. Look at this adorable mug. Look at this thing. Found that at a thrift store. $2. Well worth it. Adorable. Perfect for wintertime. Yuletide hot beverages. I mean, my other mug that I've been drinking of, I've been dual wielding here, is a Star Trek mug. My tastes are clear. I like Foxes and Star Trek. Deep Space Nine is my favorite. I don't know why I'm saying this. I'm just stalling for time because my opponent is still going! They're still going! They can definitely win off these Midnight Clocks triggering, because there's a lot of, like, hand-tripping spells you can put into Rusco that they're just drawing and drawing again. I think that's actually, in part, why they are holding priority here, is so they can float the mana and, just in case, cast a spell. Yeah, so they drew a spell, they may as well use it. Hey, do you wanna, I don't know, do you wanna kill a guy? You could actually counter this triggered ability, and then it would never cycle your hands back into your deck. Hmm? Oh, well, Sokunzon! Now I get to hold priority. The game is like, do you want to channel it? No, not really. I'm going to put on auto pass. If you press left control, shift, and enter, it'll put on this like auto pass even if your opponent takes actions you can respond to. Okay. An Infernal Grasp. Down to 13 life. They can attack me for 6 on this turn, another 6 the next turn. Well, another 9 the next turn. They have lethal on board. Oh, they have the Bank Buster too. No, they can attack me for 10 this turn. Let's see if they even need that last extra turn. They only need to cast 2 more spells. And I'm sure you're all saying, but Amy! You could channel the Sokunzon to block. It won't make a difference. Just trust me on this. It will not make a difference. Kill me, Rob! Kill me. Alright, good game. Let's hope that Rusco gets rebalanced and move on to the next one. Muldrotha, the Gravetide. If you haven't seen it yet, I recently built and made a video of my Muldrotha deck. It is a Muldrotha deck that has a companion, Garuda, and it's really fun and really good. So you should be sure to check out that video if you haven't seen it yet. Also, I don't really think I need to play this Masked Vandal yet, so I won't. It's gonna chill here. You're removal. This is removal. A goose? That goose. What's great about this is it exiles the thing, so they can't play it again. No more goose. We could ramp, or we could ramp. This ramp gives me hexproof. I like hexproof. Let's play A-Jade Orb of Dragonkind. Hoping they don't remove it. There's a slight difference, by the way, between this and the paper A-Jade Orb of Dragonkind. This one can tap for any color of mana rather than just green. So if you're wondering, Amy, but you can't play your commander next turn, yes, I can. I can tap this for white mana. Actually, a really nice rebalance that they made to this card. Not like dragons needed that, but it's fun to have it. Ooh, Fauna Shaman with Muldrotha. That's really nice because it... Hey, rude. Because it gives them the option of putting things in a graveyard where they can replay them. Or just fetching a creature for, you know, creature stuff. We have hexproof here, so I'm not as afraid of them tutoring out a kill creature. Especially if they play a land here. Murderous Rider is the sort of thing I could consider them getting. Ravenous Chupacabra if they had a bit more mana. All good cards, though. They only have 1 green source. They could get, into their hand a Fleshbag Marauder kind of creature. If they have one. Since I only have 1 critter here. Ah, yes, Plague Crafter does the same thing. Plague Crafter, we're both going to sacrifice a creature. For them, Plague Crafter. For me, Rith. Bye, Rith. I miss ya. There's a chance that they'll be able to do that again next turn, which makes me hesitant to, like, just play another single creature. But I feel like we can go for ramp this turn. Jugan defends the temple and Masked Vandal. Yeah, I can't exile that. Fleshbag Marauder was actually one of the first Magic cards that I got to play with. And my reaction to getting to play with Fleshbag Marauder was to then call my friends who I played Magic with in college Fleshbag Marauders. Because it's really fun to say. They're stealing from me. Are you gonna steal a dragon? You wouldn't steal a dragon, would you? They would. They can. They will. They are! I don't like that they're looking at their lands. Makes me feel like they took a ramp. I need that ramp. Put +1/+1 counters on creatures. I've done it! And now I'm gonna do hasty stuff. Whee! Haste and hexproof and can't be countered. A beautiful combination of words. Okay, so what card did you right-click save as from my deck? This makes me very uncomfortable. Are they gonna discard? Are they gonna deck card? 7? 8. I don't know what to expect here. Urtai! That's a scary guy. Do you kill my Inferno of the Star Mounts? I get to draw a card. Ripperino. Ooh. Henge. Henge. Dragon. Get a counter. And then get one more. Hello! This is a dragon. This is a dragon, and this is a dragon. Don't deal damage to us. We don't like it. Urtai is a very cool new card. Very, very flexible. This is a sort of, like, extremely, like, modal creature that I like to see for Dimir. Rather than just put this on a spell. Now, put it on a body. Put it on a body so I can put it into Scarab God decks or Muldrotha decks. Fauna Shaman is still out here able to just tutor for things. I can only imagine that they have a creature in hand to discard. Metler! What you got? I know what I have. It's water. Stay hydrated, friends. It is important that we have beverage. Oh, it's the Blinker! Thassa Deep Dwelling. I've been sorting my magic collection, and it turns out I have an Alt-Art Thassa, which is awesome because she's really good and really cool and very blinky and very stinky. Because she's a fish. They're stealing from me again? Okay. I feel like you could have gone for killing the remnant of the rising star. Especially because I might be able to get 5 or more modified creatures this turn. Let's go for the Great Henge. It's the greatest one. I'm gonna play Atsushi. It comes with a counter, so I don't feel like I need to put the counter on it. I'm being told that my Henge is pretty good. Really? It's not great, it's just pretty good? That's too bad. I'm going to swing in here for 9. Swords to Plowshares. Okay, this is stupid, but I could deal 7 damage to my own Wrathful Red Dragon in order to get 7 damage on their face. I'm gonna skip it for now. But I want everybody to know that I want to do it, and the temptation to do it is painfully strong. No, I should save my Dragon's Fire for one of their creatures. Especially one that they target with a blink. Like you, Urtai. Urtai's like, I'm just hanging. They also have the ability to tap creatures. This only has hexproof until end of turn. Into the north, they're ramping. Let your lack of lands be my gain. Oracle of the Alpha. Okay, it's going to put the Power 9 into their deck. But they can't play them this turn. And none of them are creatures, so they can't tutor for them. Alright, what are you going to blank? I think Urtai. And we're going to say... no Urtai. Play a land. Here's Rith. Now I want to order these abilities. So I draw first before I have to choose. Alright, and we're going to put all our mana into this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And swing in, and swing in. I like that Rith is a 12/12 with flying, ward, and hexproof. Just in case the hexproof wasn't enough. You got a little extra ward on there. Who knows? They might have Shadow Spear. It's relevant. They're going to take out the Masked Vandal and take another 6 to the face. They could eat the food. Delicious food. Don't ever record YouTube videos while hungry. All you're going to want to do is reach into the other room, grab from the big stack of chocolate you have there. Oh, the big stack of chocolate. Don't. I keep eating too much chocolate. The holiday season is rough on us all. It's very rough on me because people give me chocolate and then I eat the chocolate. I love chocolate so much. Never stop. Never stop. Friends and family who send me chocolate, please don't stop. They could send me coffee instead. I'm not saying that's better for me, but I do love it. Weaponcraft enthusiast. Fabricating. Making 2 little guys or getting a little bigger? Alright, 2 little guys on the battlefield. We've got this, like, crazy Pokemon fight music happening in the background. Oh, I'm ready. Ooh, I'm so ready. Oh, they're tutoring! What do you get? Rex Sage? No, my Henge! No, wait, my Remnant? They can't afford it. They can't afford to hit the Remnant. This is an enchantment creature, but they would have to pay the ward too. And they can't. And we have... lethal? Okay. They block Rith. 6 go through. We have lethal. Yeah, I don't care if you can destroy my orbs. My orbs aren't what's winning me the game. What's winning me the game is straight fire. Excellent, excellent, and excellent! What a good game to go out on. As always, thank you so much for watching this video, and if you ever want to see these being recorded live, you should come over to twitch.tv/Amazonian, where I play Magic every single day. Except for yesterday, where I was sorting my Magic card collection on stream, because it's lonely, sad, and terrible work. There's so many Magic cards. If you've never seen behind here, I have so many Magic cards. You should come over, hang out with me, play some Brawl. I've been playing tons of Arena Cube. I'm really good at it. So good at it. Gamer. A gamer! Yeah! I'm too big. Make me small again.